what's going on, Poke fans? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we're looking at post-rotation Zygarde deck. Before I even start to talk about this deck too much, of course, there are some cards that can be pretty much good in this build, like Marshall Machamp, like Mewtwo, and Mew. I decided not to play the tag team version of this deck because I decided rather to go with 1 and 2 price cards instead of just dealing with 3 price cards and letting my opponent to be able to grab maybe 3 of them. So what's so special about Zygarde? Cellular companions. This is gonna be definitely good card in an expanded format. I mean, literally for double course energy, you hits for 50. And then you can hit for even 20 more for each Zygarde on the bench, and even with the ends, the damage can be increased even more. And then you can Verdict GX and use Bonnie and increase damage and go on and go on. So it's just mind-blowing thing. So that's pretty much the case. With the Boost Fang, you can hit for 20, not looking so strong, but in expanded format can be even stronger. There's a muscle band, there's a strong energy that's already 60. There's a stadium card that can increase the damage for even 20 more, maybe martial art dojo for 10, so that's like 70 damage. And if you have, let's say, 2 more Zygardes on the bench, that's like 110, and you can attach 1 energy to your Pokemon on the bench. It's just mind-blowing how good this Zygarde really is. So yeah. Anyways, from the left to the right, 1 Buzzwole with a Sledgehammer, why not? 1 copy of the Answers with the Princess Chairs, 4 Zygardes, 3 Zygarde GX, 2 copies of the Din and 1 Mew so we can protect the bench. Moving on to the item cards, I'm running 4 copies of Acrobike, very good card, so you can pretty much find the way to discard energies in the discard pile, go through the deck faster. 4 Cherish Ball for the setup, as well as 4 copies of Communication, including also 4 custom catchers. 2 of each, a reset stamp, switch, so you can always have some switch options. Stadium, Martial Art Dojo, and Viridian Forest. A good way to find energies to discard them, as well as to have more damage with the Martial Art Dojo. 2 copies of Bonnie, including 4 Cynthias, 2 Ericas, and 4 copies of Lily. And then not the last cards in the build are gonna be Karate Belt, for 1 less energy cost, so you can technically attack with 3 energies for the Verdict or Lance Red, and also 10 regular basic fighting energy cards. I kind of like the Zygarde idea for the post rotation. Guess I'm gonna need to spend more times trying to find even stronger and better combos, but so far this is the deck list I'm gonna try to test and see how good it will be and how much more potential it have to be expanded. So make sure to hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you already didn't, especially if you're new to the channel. So see you in the game. Alright, so Zygarde deck, and starting with double Zygarde. More than that, I have Buzzwole, which can be placed on the bench, and I also have another Zygarde GX. So double Zygarde. Karate, a belt, as well as a Lily, Erica, and custom catcher, and my opponent is starting first. So this is the Distortion Door Giratina, the SM151, Lost Under Pearlies. I'm wondering how much this card actually costs these days. I mean, I know that the regular one is like $20 a piece, which is just insane. But I'm wondering how much is this one. The Pearlies promo is probably even more. Okay, Lily for 5. I need some energies. And I need some baby Zygardes as well. So far, not the best startup. Have no energies. But hey, not gonna complain. At least I have Cynthia for the following turn, as well as Erica's Hospitality. So theoretically, I might be able to play both of them. Second energy attached to Giratina, and there's a Lily for 4, so 4 additional cards for my opponent after the Cynthia turn 1 play, and another Mystery Treasure, which might be for maybe even Downwing Necrozma. No Garchomp and Giratina. Alright, so I know that this is on the other side of the field. Psych Recharge, 1 energy should go right here, and as long as I can try to hit maybe with that Verdict GX and Bonnie, I might be able to do something serious there. So Acrobike. I'm gonna keep that Bonnie rather than Cynthia to be rather than Lily, to be honest. And let's go with the Cynthia. I need some Acrobikes and some energies to be discarded. Oh, disgusting, literally. What about Cherish Ball? What if I grab myself the Dean? What if I just decide to risk? And what if I don't get energy card? That's the bad thing to even think about. So we're gonna go with one Pokemon Communication there, and I'm just gonna grab myself other Zygarde, just the baby one. And since I have energy, I can apply some pressure to my opponent and hit with the cell, with my cell connector for 110. Unfortunately, not enough for the knockout, even if I had 130 because of the resistance, but still a lot of damage. And still he needs to hit me for some sort of damage. And basically, even if he can hit for like 130, 4 damage counters needs to be placed somewhere, so I can expect maybe to see them on the Melamar and on the active Giratina, because he would probably knock himself out with that. There's a Cynthia, so at least he can hit for 130, right? I can take the first prize card in the game, which is very important. Still, I can draw 3 prize versus Giratina, which is even more important. And I think for me the most important thing is to somehow power up this Zygarde, so I can use Verdict GX and hit for like 150, and then turn after that immediately use Bonnie. Not gonna be super easy, that's for sure. There's a Shadow Impact, so 130. 4 on the bench with Giratina, interesting. Alright, and there's another Zygarde, which I don't actually need at this moment. So I guess I'm gonna discard it for energy card, and that energy needs to go on the Zygarde GX. And what about just Lily for 4? Ooh, that changed things dramatically here. Alright, that actually changes things dramatically. So I can pull like 120 damage attack here versus this Garchomp and Giratina, and theoretically sooner or later I can basically be in a much better position than my opponent, because he already had plenty of damage spread around the board. But the truth is I already burned my 2 pair of custom catchers, and my opponent responded back immediately. The other good thing here is the fact that I'm running some sort of switch options. I do have 2 switches. I should even maybe consider running 2 Cynthias and 2 copies of Tate and Liza's, just because my Pokemons are actually very heavy for retreat, except for that baby Zygarde, who can retreat for 1 copy of a skateboard, for example. But other than that, so far I'm in a very good position. I can also hit this Dedenne for 1-hit knockout with either way Zygarde or baby Zygarde or Zygarde GX, or, you know, plenty of other options. Oh, he decided to go for this. Alright. Well, that's not a bad thing. He will knock the NC out, so I will lose 20 damage. I will lose 20 damage extra output, but still I will have this baby Zygarde, and I can simply use my Boost Fang and attack with it, and power up my Zygardes on the bench. So right now I'm in very, very good shape. Alright. So there's another Acrobike as a top deck, very good card, especially if I can find... Nope, I can't. Guess I'm gonna rather keep the Cherish Ball in my hand. Other than that, I'm ready for the Cynthia play. Can't discard Bonnie, unfortunately. I can definitely trade Communication into some sort of Zygarde. Oh, just a Zygarde GX. Well, with that being said, I have less prize cards left than my opponent. I can do Karate Belt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can do Reset Stamp. And then I can play the Dean GX, which is always not the best thing in the world to do. I'm not probably gonna need another Zygarde here, so I'm looking forward to discard this card out as well. And since I already used my resources there, Boost Fang should be enough for the knockout, hitting for 60, and 1 energy can be attached to my Zygarde. Alright. I could even go with this one. It doesn't matter too much. Next turn I'm ready to use my Verdict GX. Basically, if my opponent missed knockout here, oh, he can use GG. Oh, yeah, he can discard one of my Pokemon's null cards from play. So literally, he can discard his Zygarde out. But even if he can do that, and even if he do that, that's actually not gonna be the worst thing in the world. Let's be honest. I mean, 130 damage on it. I can simply power up another Zygarde. Not a big deal. That's for sure. But still. Next turn, if I can knock this baby out, if I can knock this Garchomp and Giratina out with my Verdict GX, I can be in a very good position. The only thing that I misplayed here was that energy attachment to this Zygarde. Literally. Okay, I mean, still... Okay, he'd knock this out, so I can attack right now with just... Alright, we can do that. Right now my Karate Belt should have effect available. Other than that, I'm gonna go with Energy Attachment. And I can play my Cherish Ball. Not looking forward to do that. I'm Verdict GX. Alright, so I'm hitting for the knockout. 210. Still, the problem is that I can prevent all damage done to this Zygarde by my opponent. Basically, GX Pokemons. So he decided just to promote a Giratina in the front. Again, this Giratina can next turn maybe be knocked out by this Zygarde, but if I do that, then I'm losing the game. So I'm gonna need to find another way to win this game. So probably I'm gonna need double custom catcher play in order to knock this Dedenne out for the win. Or for example, I can hope that my opponent won't be able to play Reset Stamp. I was very scared literally about this card. Acrobike and Communication again. I mean, I had basically Bonnie in my hand, so theoretically I could just, you know, force my opponent. He's stuck in the front with Giratina. I didn't even pay attention. Why in the world he'd do that? He was maybe searching for the switch or whatever, but yeah, that's the GG. I mean, okay, I didn't expect that. So what actually happened? Okay, I see the point of playing Emolga because you can much easier trade cards for the Pokemon Communication, but I wouldn't prefer playing Emolga in this deck. I would rather just go with 4 Inkays, 4 Melomars, 2 Dedennes, and you know, probably 2 Giratinas and 2 regular Garchomp Giratina and maybe Jirachis. Sounds like a much better option. Anyways, that's the GG. Let's move on to the game number 2. So we are back in action, this time with the game number 2. And I'm wondering if I can maybe start with Baby Zygarde. Looks like I can't. However, there is a Buzzwole, which can then be used. Alright, I mean, there are plenty of other cards that can actually be tweaked and tagged in this deck. Let's say that one of those cards is pretty much Marshadow and Machamp GX. I decided not to include Tag Team Pokemon in my deck just because I don't want to lose, you know, 3 prize cards. So I rather decided to go with 1 prize and 2 prize attacking deck. And 1 prize and 2 prize attacking cards and Pokemons inside. And there is a Welder turn 1, 2 energies probably on the Growlite on the bench. There's just 1. Yeah, that's the bad. That's the sad story when you have Welder in your opening hand but only one energy card. That's a really bad feeling, literally. Always good to have that energy in your discard pile. Ah, you gotta be kidding me there. You gotta be kidding me there, seriously, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna put this Karate Bell down just because I want to draw 4 extra cards. Seriously? That's it? Well, then that's the GG, I guess. I can Sledgehammer and that's all I can do, I mean. No Cherish Ball, no Zygarde, no Pokemon, so I can use Pokemon Communication and trade Pokemons. Okay, there's a Janine. Looks like this is not gonna be a GG. At least not for now, but yeah, Janine actually helps you to go through your deck and grab some cards that you actually need. You can look at the top 4 cards and you can basically Ear Ringing Bell says that only when the Pokemon is knocked out, the attacking Pokemon is confused. So pretty good card there. And there's also Reshizard on the bench. Gonna be tough to knock this bad boy out. I need top deck Pokemon anyways. Not the energy, because I'm gonna lose this game if I keep drawing cards like this. Literally. There's just nothing. I mean, yeah, I can get rid of some of the cards from my hand in order to play Lily for 2. And finally there's a Zygarde, so I can keep going on for a moment, I guess. I'm gonna use my Sledgehammer, hit for 30. And I'm also... Oh, actually, you're gonna be confused immediately. So yeah, that's... Oh yeah, so you're confused every time you attack. That card is actually pretty cool. It is actually pretty damn badass card. So there's a switch, and we're probably gonna see a Outrage. Okay, Cherish Ball. Finally something useful. Finally something useful. I can grab myself the Dean. Hopefully I can get Drow Supporter, maybe even more Zygardes and the Yancy and stuff like that. Well, there is a Acrobike for the Zygarde. Cool. Gonna try to draw some more extra cards and hopefully I can find another baby Zygarde. Very important to get one. Unfortunately, no sign of it. And again, no sign of it. Oh, damn. Not looking good. I'm gonna discard this Cynthia from my hand in order to get that energy, and I can boost Fang just for 40. But at least Zygarde can get 1 energy card. Alright, that's it. If my opponent knocks me out next turn, at least I can use my swing around if I really want to do that. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Still, my opponent can outrage me, but he can't go for the 1-hit knockout there, so that's at least something. Mewtwo and Mew, very powerful card. I mean, I could even go with this card as well. Decided rather not to play any tag team Pokemon. Decided just to go with EX, actually GX, and non-GX the Pokemons. Alright, another Outrage, this time for 70. A pair of Custom Catcher. That's interesting. I'm wondering if I can somehow get close to the... I mean, I can throw Communication from my hand in order to not draw a card and then use my Erica's Hospitality. And then I can find another Zygarde, and I don't have another Custom Catcher. But I can boost Fang once again, and this time for 60, attaching 1 energy onto my Zygarde. And theoretically, next turn I can knock my opponent Mewtwo out with my Verdict GX, or maybe not, because he have that great potion, so that will change things a little bit. But hey, I'm not gonna wait, I'm gonna go with 150 damage there. There's another Bill Analyze. And I'm gonna definitely try to swing this Mewtwo somehow for the knockout. Actually, I can't go for the knockout, but I can. Okay, there's another great potion on the other side of the field, so another energy attached. And right now my opponent can even swing harder. For example, he can use Flare Strike, even Double Blaze GX, so there is a welder as well. And right now this Mewtwo is actually full HP. And I'm wondering how many great potions he have. That's a pretty good question. And I don't have pretty much answer to that question. However, I can swing around literally for like some sort of the damage, and then I can try to knock him out. But I'm scared what's gonna happen if he get 2 custom catchers. That's something that actually bothers me and scares me a lot. So I have 2 options available, and the first one is actually to attack with the Zygarde, and so I can power up more energies, and the second one is just to swing around. I'm gonna go with Pokemon Communication into the another Zygarde for now. As well, I'm gonna go with that Cynthia play. There is the energy card. That's gonna be attached, let's say, to nobody, I guess. I should go with energy attachment to nobody. How many energies? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I guess I can do that. Gonna grab myself another energy for the next turn. Swing around. Yeah, we can do that. 20, 40 extra, 120, 140 because of the Yens. I do have 6 damage counters on my Buzzwole. And right now, I actually swing for a lot of damage. It is 140. It is a very strong attack, no question about that. So, I don't have Bonnie. But there are 2 more energies attached to that active Mewtwo and the Pokegear 3.0, and I'm wondering what's gonna happen next. Whatever it happens, as long as he's probably gonna retreat and then maybe swing with the he can't strike with the Flare Strike. He's probably gonna go with a Double Blaze. Oh, actually, he can go with the Flare Strike. Yeah, probably we're gonna see just retreat and a Flare Strike. And I'm wondering if I can somehow top deck something useful like another pair of custom catchers so I can knock this bad boy out for 3 prize cards. That's gonna be the goal here. Already my opponent is down to 4 prize cards, so I guess I can't wait anymore. I need to put my Zygarde in the front, and there is another one. And I need to go with energy attachment as well as with the... I'm gonna go with the Martial Art Dojo, why not? And with the Verdict GX. Okay, so I'm heading for 250. Almost enough for the knockout. I mean, if I was able to put another Zygarde, literally I would knock my opponent out, but I couldn't, so it just happened. And yeah, he can Double Blaze GX, which means that he can go through pretty much anything. So not even my Verdict GX will be effective here. He can go through it because he have Double Blaze GX. And that's the power of the Reshizard. So he can draw 2 prize cards. At least I can knock this bad boy out. At least I can knock this bad boy out with my Zygarde, grab myself 3 prize cards, and hope that my opponent won't have custom catcher for the win. Where meanwhile I can try to power up where I can meanwhile try to power up that Zygarde GX on the bench. Let's go with a Reset Stamp. That's going to be a very good card here. No doubt about that. And gonna use only one Bony, no energies. 6 cards left. Boost Fang for the knockout. Getting 1 energy to my Zygarde. I'm grabbing 3 prize cards as well. Another Reset Stamp. Another Zygarde, maybe Zygarde GX. Karate Belt. Alright, the card that I actually can vary, that I can use. And then I can use my Cell Connector. The biggest issue here is that I can hope that my opponent won't be able to attack, but he can probably just use Heat Head Blast and pretty much win the game. So there's a Janine for any 2 cards. Since I have only 6 cards left, not too many options available for me, I guess. I Heat Blast for the knockout. At least with Karate Belt I can do some damage here. I can actually knock this bad boy out. I'm gonna be confused if I do that. I lost both switch cards. That's just not looking good. Yeah, right now he have 1 card in his hand because of the Reset Stamp. You gotta be kidding me there. I can't use my Cell Connector. What the heck? I can't use Cell Connector. I did. Oh, I misread the card again. So Karate Belt will only reduce the fighting energy cost, which means that it won't be applied to Zygarde GX Cell Connector. And I ran out of all of the energy cards. The last energy is actually priced. No freaking way. If I only didn't put Karate Belt in the front. I don't even have, even if I have switched, that wouldn't change things dramatically. Okay, never mind, let's just go with the Dean. We can do that, I mean the game is lost anyways. Well play. Yeah, I mean, definitely my opponent surprised me there by the amount of the great potions that he played. The great potions actually saved him a lot. So the only option that I have here was pretty much to promote the Zygarde baby in the front, put the with my custom catcher, try to find another custom catcher, and then basically put my opponent Growlithe in the front with the true retreat cost, try to attach energy to my Zygarde, and basically next turn try to retreat, hoping that my opponent won't be able to retreat in order to use that Verdict GX. Again, since he had energy in his hand, that wouldn't help me anyways. Really interesting deck list. I'm not gonna lie about it. Really interesting deck list. I kind of like the idea of running that giant heart with air ringing bell. It's pretty cool deck list on the other side of the field. But running 20 energy cards, even if you reset stamp your opponent down to 1, he's probably always gonna have energy. So anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos. As always, let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I hope this deck list will actually help you to get some ideas, you know, how to basically run the Zygarde and maybe try to use it or play it. So yeah, that's it for now. We'll see you next time. So have a nice day and goodbye.